Mic check.
Good.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Hello.
Welcome everybody to the Ranton podcast. The legendary guest Andy is back here, motherfuckers.
Hello.
Because of the technical problems, we decided no, fuck the third camera. Who needs a third camera?
Yeah.
2 is enough. I'm still just 2 is enough. The feedback was just.
I wouldn't have believed it. It was so amazing. Faggots.
I think this time it's time to write something bad about him and me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just released my Monster Hunter review, and I think my career is over. Fuck it.
Okay.
So let's get right into the news. First of all, I wanted to talk about something interesting. Demonetization that everybody talks about. It hasn't hit me yet. Quite surprising. Actually, something funny happened. When I uploaded my Dragon Ball Z review, suddenly I saw the yellow circle. I was like, no.
What yellow circle?
The yellow demonetization circle, like only for certain advertisers or something. And then I got triggered. I was like, fuck. It has begun.
Yeah.
It has begun. I'm fucked. And then I realized, so I looked at the metadata, the tags, what you put in the description, and I removed one word, and it was fine again. I removed
In your description.
in the tags.
Yeah.
I removed the word Joe Rogan. You know Joe Rogan?
No.
Pretty awesome guy. He's a MMA moderator.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does a podcast too. Pretty big podcast.
Okay.
The moment I
Is
removed
he the guy that always goes, it's all over? No.
No. He's bald.
No.
Really cool guy. But anyways, I removed his name and videos monetized again.
So your earnings have gone back up to $2.
Got him. Yeah, that's true. And I want to ask you, do you know who Logan Paul is? Because I wanted to weigh in on this. I know this is a been beaten to death by everybody, but I have my perspective on this whole issue. Do you know Logan Paul?
No.
Okay,
Explain it.
Logan Paul is one of the biggest vloggers on YouTube, together with his smaller brother, Jake Paul. And everybody hates them. They got like 1 month, they make 1 million subscribers. No joke, per month. And they are...
So everybody loves them.
Well, yeah, they got huge fans, but also a lot of haters.
Okay.
And and Jake Paul is just... When I watch Jake Paul, I don't really watch him, but... Sorry. No. I don't watch Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I looked at his content before and I find him boring. It's not funny. Yeah. But I will out myself right now. I'm not subscribed to Logan Paul. And when the hate train started half a year ago, I was like, who's Logan Paul? I looked at his videos and the guy's funny. The guy made a vlog where he filmed himself in Japan in the suicide forest next to a dead body. So he on the thumbnail, he's like this selfie with the dead body.
Okay.
Huge outrage, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then I thought, because every YouTuber on earth made a video about it, bashing him, saying, this guy needs to be removed from YouTube. Oh, how dare you?
Yeah.
And I was thinking the whole time, stop. What are you guys doing? Do you know what you're doing? Because every subscriber is worried about demonetization and about corporate rules raining down upon YouTubers and censorship and blah, blah, blah. And then everybody bashes Jake Paul and pointing with fingers on him and like,
this content needs to be
this
censored.
content needs to be removed. This is the
yeah.
problem. I'm like, no, stop. Do you know what this will lead to? This will lead to more demonetization problems for everybody.
Yeah.
I think the guy did a stupid thing. Remove the video because it goes against the guidelines. Move on.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem with the videos he did, and those videos are still online, is just the way he behaved in Japan. He behaved like a complete fucking prick.
Like an American, like a German.
No, like a real douche, and that's. But still, when I saw every single drama video about him, I was like, "You're digging your own fucking grave, guys.
Okay.
Stop bashing this guy." And that moment, I also realized that YouTube isn't a fucking community. People talking about we are a YouTube community. What fucking community? This is not a community. It's about fuck that. Yeah, so whatever.
Okay.
That was my thought on that. Stop bashing people when they do crap, because it will rain down on all of us, the big hammer of YouTube, the big dick.
And
also,
you can bash people if they do crappy videos, because
Yeah.
the video is crappy, not because he violated some imaginary guideline.
well, he shouldn't have done it, but The problem was with people who are saying, YouTube, look what this is happening.
Okay.
Oh, stop. Whatever. I guess it was good for him, I think, overall.
Yeah.
Got a lot of traction. And then that leads me to an overall question what I have. The whole demonetization adpocalypse problem. Something that have always struck me as kind of weird. Do you when you watch an ad before a video, do you connect it with the content of the video afterwards, what you watch? This is a mystery to me.
I mean, I'm pretty resistant to ads, so...
You're resistant to ads.
I have pretty high ad resistance.
So ad resistance plus 6,000.
I really don't know what the ads are about or what's the subject of the ads because I don't pay much attention to them.
Yeah.
So I've never seen a connection between the ads and whatever
but
video
I think
I'm
in general, nobody watches an ad. If there's an ad of Coca-Cola and then there's a video... dang deep web browsing.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, Coca-Cola advertised deep web browsing.
Yeah.
And when advertisers pull their ads, it's just all bullshit. I don't believe it for a second. And my problem is also with people saying, because everybody's complaining about something. I'm complaining right now about people complaining.
Yeah.
And they're saying, well, this content should be allowed, but no, look at his content. That shouldn't be allowed. And I think that's not the solution. The solution shouldn't be pointing at people who are doing things that in your eyes are not okay. You know, everybody should get fucking ads is the point. If your content doesn't go against YouTube guidelines, it should have ads. Yeah. Whatever.
Or it should be able to have ads.
You should be able to monetize it. Yeah. There's plenty of content what I don't like on YouTube. I want all of them to have ads. Where's the big deal?
It's not like you're making any less money because they are making more.
Exactly. Let them have ads. Yeah. Big deal. Yeah. So, do you have any favorite YouTubers apart from Jake Paul and Logan Paul?
Well, now, no. I usually watch a little shout out to the guy from Nottingham University, Brady, who's doing...
he's giving shout outs on my podcast.
You asked me. Who's doing all the number files, 60 symbols, like these...
Did you just say pedophile?
Did I? Maybe. No, number file. It's a video about people who have sex with numbers.
Ooh.
And 60 Symbols is a physics channel.
Ah, so you don't watch any cool YouTubers?
Yeah, no. I have demonetized, desubscribed from Ranton because it was too...
Because of the Monster Hunter review.
He keeps shitting on Logan Paul.
I just uploaded it 5 minutes ago. Let the hate comments. Fuck it. I made the review as entertaining as I possibly could because I knew people gonna get triggered.
And then, of course, the most interesting and the bestest of the bestest YouTube channel ever is Argon Shipin.
Argon Shipin?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to watch a video of that right now, actually. I posted a video of them on Twitter. Nobody watches it. It's in Chinese. It's a Chinese channel about food.
But the thing that's most important to Chinese people
is food. Yeah. Oh God, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
If you have Chinese food, how could it not be the most important thing?
I'm not gonna tell you where I live, but we have nothing. Freaking doner kebab at every corner. Give me a break.
Compared to China, we have nothing.
Yeah, I mean kebab is awesome. I love it, but please, please. And I wanted to talk about. Do you know? Speaking of food, it's a good segue. Do you know Review Bra?
No.
The report of the week?
No.
You don't know the report of the week?
I suck at YouTube, man. You have to explain everything.
Hello, everyone. This is Running on Empty Food Review. No. You don't know?
No.
Review Bra, the guy who he reviews food,
and
he's always wearing suits and ties. You can see him right now.
That's the guy.
The guy got over 500,000 subscribers.
Okay.
And there are memes surrounding this guy because apparently nothing can interrupt him. So I wanted to watch
That's a superpower. He can't be interrupted.
He's uninterruptible. He's the uninterruptible Review Bra.
Okay.
Fuck, it's fucking hot in here. By
yeah, that's because it's...
fucking lights burning. Yeah. Okay, check this out.
Right, so, it's the extra most bestest pizza from Little Caesars going in.
I love this. So it's like he's being rated.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, watch.
But that's what he does in his videos.
He's no editing.
He eats food and then says...
Exactly. And he gives a rating. And he's just sitting there talking, always wearing suits.
I got it, Jeff. I'm gonna go to the left side.
But you got... The one after that is even better.
really no
Yeah,
editing.
that's it, that's it. Like, he sits and he talks about it after he eats a big slice.
Okay.
Police department, third floor! Police department, third floor!
You have to imagine it's happening right next to him.
Go, go, go! Police department! Third floor! Get down! Get down! With you, with you, with you!
You cannot. Nothing can interrupt review, bro. Check, this one is even better. Wait, this is awesome. Look, he's sitting in his car. He loves water from Starbucks for some reason. Look. And review bro is sitting there thinking, what is happening?
I mean, if he's invulnerable.
Look, he's just uninterruptible. He just keeps on eating those Cheetos.
All right. Well, I tried to show the cross section of this.
Oh, review bro.
Okay.
What a legend. I love him.
And the memes with review bra are now
They're
a
going
thing,
strong.
or-
I would
okay.
love to have this guy on. Oh. Review bro. What a legend. What an absolute legend.
Okay.
And speaking of review bra and good YouTubers, because this is like the only one that I'm watching where I'm really thinking, like, I think he's cool as a person. You know, most people that I'm
I
subscribed
got
to.
that from him eating a slice of pizza without him talking. Cool guy.
Yeah. I can see a lot in the way he eats pizza.
Yeah, sure.
Most YouTubers that I watch, I like what they're producing, the content, but not necessarily the person. But he is one of those guys where I think looks like a genuinely cool guy. And
Is he British or
no, American. And now, so to get off this YouTuber bit, but one last YouTuber, the best YouTuber of all time. You ready
After
for this?
Ranton?
German YouTuber.
What? Of course. Okay. Yeah, he's even ahead of
he's-
Ranton. I mean,
Okay, let's talk facts. I'm the best YouTuber in the world, but there's one guy that I cannot seem to reach. And this is my goal, to one day have the same aura as this man. He's the legend.
if you review bra is uninterruptible, he's untouchable.
Yeah, he's just, you cannot, what are you gonna do against?
Yeah.
If anybody hasn't seen this yet.
Ball, and that is the last update. We have only 4 days.
So he
to
started a
do with
Kickstarter
the
campaign to
Rampage
finance his movie,
camp.
and because he didn't get the money, he told all his backers to
Fuck off. To basically, as I mean, look at it. The video's name is not even like with a capital letter.
What kind of director? The guy worked with Hollywood superstars like Jason Statham and Ray Liotta. He worked with big names, and the guy had he uploaded a video. And he typed on his keyboard at a moment in his life the
Fuck
title of this
you.
video. Fuck you all. I mean, who is he talking to? Let's let him talk for himself just a little bit.
campaign, and that was my third campaign
Third
now.
campaign.
After Poster 2 failed, after
all his
Indiegogo
failures.
for Rampage 3 failed, and now Kickstarter failed too. And basically, my message is. Fuck yourself, because that is so fucking absurd. What retarded amateur idiots collecting money on that absurd website. You know,
Absurd.
we get approached by
this
people
guy
like
is such a legend.
Kickstarter. Do because it is an important movie. Wizard in the forest. If you make a movie about some retarded wizard in the forest, or for another whatever Marvel Avengers bullshit
dirt. I know this shit by
so
heart.
Goodbye and goodbye Hollywood.
Goodbye and goodbye Hollywood. By the way, one of my favorite all-time expressions, goodbye Hollywood. I actually have a t-shirt with Uwe Boll's face, and it says goodbye Hollywood. Yup. And the last guest. So I want to have on the show Review Bra, Uwe Boll,
Boll.
and you know who else? Tak Fuji. You know Tak Fuji? Tak Fuji?
No.
Tak Fuji?
Ah, yeah. We have
The-
limited the time.
The legendary Tak Fuji.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I have seen, no joke, I have seen this video. Conservative numbers say A trillion.
I mean, at least 194,309 times.
I have seen this so. I know what he says by heart. I love this man, but this is. I'm reaching out to you, Tak Fuji. Something has happened to him, because the guy left Konami, and I've seen a video with him, and now he looks like this. Look at him.
Nani?
Honestly, look at him. What happened to him? What happened to him? Dude, Tak Fuji, come on the podcast, explain yourself. I'm not joking. I would love to have this guy on and talk about all this post.
But he has a limited time.
But I have a limited time, so this guy is just a legend. This guy, I'm planning to make a T-shirt with his face as well. I love him.
I mean, his video of that press conference there was kind of a meme generator, right?
It's just the ultimate meme. I just want to know everything about how that press conference happened. Everything surrounding it.
Yeah.
Because he was so unprepared. That was the ultimate. I am the one.
What's he doing now?
I don't know. I think he's working on something. And check this out. Look at him.
Cześć, witajcie, jesteśmy właśnie
Wait, look at it.
Konami
Wait, this is the best.
3D, na konsolę 3D. Zapytać się
He's just thinking.
o to, co jest najfajniejszego.
Oh, I have that same T-shirt.
Wait, watch.
Hi.
Look how awkward it is. I mean, I feel for that man. That man, look. You can see the social interaction here. Let me analyze that shit, Jordan Peterson style. So he hands the Tak Fuji. Look, he's looking at him like, I don't understand your language. That guy holds the mic over to his face.
Hello, Mr. Fuji.
Hello, Mr. Fuji. So now he wants to say, hi. Then the interviewer holds the mic to his face a little bit too long.
Yeah, and
so
thinks
Tak Fuji
he's gonna
thinks
say it.
he has to say something else.
Yeah.
Now he's about to say something, and the guy retracts the mic. Watch.
Nice to meet you.
Oh! Get wrecked.
Nice to meet you.
He says, nice to meet you. And now look at him. He just
He
realized.
fucked up.
He just realized he wrecked him. So he's smiling at him like, I'm sorry. And Tak Fuji now realized his mistake.
Yeah.
So now we get awkward laugh. Look.
Yeah.
We would like to ask.
This is what depression looks like in 3 seconds.
Everything that could go wrong in an interview
Just
in
went
3
wrong in
seconds.
3 seconds. I mean, Tak Fuji, you're welcome on the show. Love to have you on. I can't take seeing you like this. I can't take it.
Yeah, where's his hair, man? That's his...
Yeah, I mean, he's a Japanese with dreadlocks. You don't see that every day. It's every day.
How did his parents think about that?
I don't know. And speaking of Japanese, I'm the master of segues today. I'm the master of segues. I want to talk about a touchy subject. It's more touchy than name a famous pedophile. I want to make a pedophile joke.
A famous pedophile.
Yeah.
Pedo bear.
No, like a person.
No, I know.
Roman Polanski. He
Okay,
fucked a
let's
13-year-old.
Yeah, let's take
This
Roman Polanski.
subject is more touchy than a 13-year-old to Roman Polanski. Does that make sense?
Nah.
Oh, fuck that one up. Okay. Anime.
It's more touchy than Roman Polanski while directing a children's movie.
That's not bad. Not bad. Okay. I want to talk about anime. Okay.
Oh.
Give me your thoughts on anime.
I mean, we all know that you're an anime master, as you have demonstrated in your Dragon Ball Z review.
Nobody has commented about that scene.
What?
Because it was obviously trolling, but give me your thoughts on anime.
I mean, okay. So
Then I will chime in.
uh,
Your favorite anime and so on.
I grew up with reading Dragon Ball Z mangas, but besides that, I never really caught on to it. Like my classmates, they loved One Piece and kept reading all kinds of different animes where I don't even know the name. And I don't know.
I feel okay. So we both grew up watching Dragon Ball
Yeah.
because we're brothers, and so we both grew up watching Dragon Ball, and we fucking loved it.
Yeah.
And there weren't that many animes on TV.
Yeah, true.
So my whole life, animes kind of passed me by. And while I was in Shaolin, I browsed 9gag every once in a while and saw people talking about Full Metal Alchemist and One Punch Man and what's the Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, when I'm back home, I will watch anime. I will get through that. I will binge watch that shit because people hyped it up being like the best stuff in the world. And then I watched The Legend of Korra and I thought, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I will catch up on all the anime.
Did you just imply that Legend of Korra is an anime?
Whatever. That style of drawings, of animation. And then I watched Berserk, and Berserk's pretty good. And then I watched Death Note, and
that was that.
And I'm thinking, anime don't necessarily have to be good.
I mean,
I'm surprised. I thought anime, they're so well written and they're so deep and always so good. And then I watched I watched Attack on Titan, first 12 episodes, and I really like it. But we talked about this before.
Yeah.
The whole
I can't
take it anymore. Oh my God, he trusts in me. Oh, how can I live with this? It's like,
the burden is too much.
It's a bit much.
It's a bit much.
And I do think it's the shit they see. I can empathize. It's frightening.
Yeah.
The series almost turned me into a vegetarian. Yeah, it's crazy.
What, you don't like human meat?
But it's annoying. It's not that good. Now I'm watching Hunter x Hunter. You know that one, Hunter x Hunter.
From the name, yeah.
Check out the way it looks. Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah,
and that one's so far pretty good. And then I will watch Full Metal Alchemist. But overall, I'm slightly disappointed. I expected anime to be this great land of incredibly fantastic, all perfect, totally overhyped.
Did you really expect it, or
I really expected them to be really awesome, like better than cartoons. And so far, they're not.
They're cartoons drawn by Japanese people.
I guess. I like the style of drawing more than cartoons, but it's the same thing, just different style of drawing. It's not. That kind of bumped me out a little bit. Expected so much more of anime, but that's my fault, I guess.
For me, a little thing is like I prefer to read mangas. Stop. Can I have a weiter?
Yes.
So I prefer to read mangas because then I don't have, like with Attack on Titan, I don't have someone slobbering in my ear. How I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, you can just skip the page.
If you're just reading it, you're reading it in a non-annoying way in your brain. And I think reading mangas is a lot more angenehm.
Comfortable.
Comfortable, yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not. You know why I'm not reading mangas?
Because you can't read.
No, we're not gonna talk about this. No. Because the real reason is even worse. Okay, how do you read this shit from right?
Like exactly on the other direction.
Every time I pick up a manga, I start. I'm like, oh fuck, how does this shit work again?
I can't take it.
I get frustrated. I put it down. Whatever. Books are overrated. Okay. And I wanted to talk about something else because last time we had this nice segment about Shaolin.
Oh, by the way, did you answer all the questions regarding Shaolin in the comments?
That became such a meme.
Like, for example, where it is.
I hope that will become a meme.
Yeah, it is.
Where is Shaolin Temple?
It has to be under every video now.
That's the shit. I don't know if I want to look at this now, but it's just
somebody touch my spaghetti.
Can you turn the screen? Kannst du den? Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, but okay.
Wait, how is this a 1 minute 40? I
No.
thought it was just this guy saying.
You haven't seen the creations, the creative, the
something
the
that
edited.
No, I've just seen the original.
Do you know somebody once told me? Wait, watch this.
What? What in the house?
I love this.
What the fuck?
Ma spaghetti.
Somebody my spaghetti.
Oh, I just wanted to look at this very fast. Okay. Oh, by the way, what is this?
What is this?
What is this? What is this?
Coincidence.
Ranton? Wait a second. A T-shirt with Ranton?
Nani?
Well, that looks surprisingly good. Spreadshirt, Ranton. Check it out. Review, brah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, the Surge 2 has just been announced.
The Surge?
Yeah, the Surge 2. Last time we talked about the Surge.
Yeah.
The Surge 2 just been announced.
And did they say in the announcement that it will be all like the last level?
No. But they said it's gonna be even better.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, one thing. When we're at the Surge, yeah. One thing more I wanted to say about it that I didn't get to last time. I also didn't like that the Surge has no character building. Like every character is the same. The only thing that's different is the weapon you use. And I really don't like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That
You have
didn't bother me
you
at
have
all.
only one stat, and you don't level up like.
You didn't enjoy the leveling system of the Surge? I love that.
No, I think it was
the armor and
pretty
the-
non-existent. I mean, you
Okay.
collect like souls and then you spend them to level up, but you don't increase different things of your character. You just increase your character, and then you're level 70. Or
Haters
something.
gonna hate, ainers gonna
Fuck
ain't.
this game.
No, it was a good game. But anyways, the Surge 2 came out with the crazy announcement that it's gonna be better. I thought that was
Okay,
quite remarkable.
Okay.
Sarcasm. And Red Dead Redemption 2 information got leaked where they have a first person mode. They got a game that's even better than Red Dead. No, the leaks aren't very
Have
important.
you heard a game developer say like the sequel will be a lot worse than
I love when games are delayed and then people always ask, why has it been delayed? And then the answer is, because we need more time to polish the game. And then the reaction from the gamer is, okay. Like, what did you...
Why didn't you say so?
Why do you think people delay their games? Okay, anyways. I think, you know what? We don't have to get to an hour with every episode. We can just start talking about this shizzle now.
Yeah. We have a little bit more.
We have a limited time,
Oh,
so...
So you start.
Elon Musk is a person where I feel like everybody is expected to have an opinion on. Like, you either love him or you have to hate him. And I don't have anything to say on the guy.
Yeah.
I think he looks like a cool guy.
I know people who don't even know him.
Yeah, so... But what he says and what he does is interesting. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And what do you think about the whole fearing AI issue?
Yeah, so that's one thing he's very berühmt, famous for is his opinion on AI. Like he does a lot of things. Yeah, SpaceX. I mean, just yesterday they launched a huge
with the car,
Falcon Heavy.
Yeah, and
rocket,
with his Tesla cars.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was epic.
But yeah, his opinion on AI is very negative. So
not negative. It's just warning. He has companies where he works on AI. He's not the Brotherhood from Fallout that collects technology and destroys it.
Yeah, so he's
motherfucker.
so he's very cautious.
Yes.
With AI, he says that uncontrolled research of AI and will or could possibly lead to a very bad experience for mankind.
Yes.
But I personally don't agree.
You don't agree?
No, I don't agree. I think all of his when he's, I mean, maybe it's just because it's in a talk show and he can't explain every detail, but in every talk show I feel his arguments are a little jumpy. Like he says, yeah, okay, every AI has a directive. Like one of his examples was eliminate all spam emails, and then he jumps from maybe the best way to eliminate all spam is to eliminate all humans. Like that sounds...
No, but that's obviously very placative. That's not... The guy is smart enough that...
Yeah, of course.
That's a dumb AI. Look at Google. Google is an AI. The smartest AI probably in the world.
Yeah, but the argument with every AI has a directive, and maybe to reach this directive, it has to destroy humanity. I don't see how... Like, that's a huge jump.
Have you heard about this happened half a year ago with Facebook, that they have this AI that started to program its own...
They didn't...
Like it started to program its own language, and then they didn't understand it anymore, so they shut it down.
Yeah,
That's some scary stuff.
I mean, it's scary, but it's scary because the research in that direction is not yet advanced enough to understand it. AI, at the moment, seems like something like an alien that you...
Well, let's look at it. Let's look at a concrete example, because I think that we are still going to witness this. I think we are going to witness in maybe 40 years robot security. Sounds ridiculous now, but I can imagine this will be at airports, maybe like.
Would you say a door that only opens if you?
No. I mean not robots, but like maybe little driving things that it says security, and they are robots that recognize voice. You can talk to them. They also have a direct line to police department. They can recognize threats, and maybe they are even equipped with with cameras, and obviously with tasers maybe. And also, I mean, look at drones. Drones exist, and I also think so that in 40, 50 years we will actually see AI controlled completely AI computer controlled tanks, and that can recognize faces, which they already can, and boom.
See, and I think maybe that's because you believe that you
don't think that's
agree
possible?
with Elon Musk.
No, but you don't think the science is possible?
I'm personally a big skeptic on this.
Why don't you think it's possible?
I don't think
it's already
technology is progressing to
face recognition happens. Every phone can do it.
I mean, yeah, but to reach these states, you have to climb over barriers that aren't technological.
Look how much has happened in 5 years alone.
Yeah, technologically, yeah. But the barriers for that to happen are not technological. They're political. They're social.
What's stopping certain countries from, if they have the technology to put, if you don't have to put your
other countries, or I mean, it's not a politics.
We don't want to get
but
into
I mean,
politics.
there are mechanisms in place to prevent extreme things from happening everywhere.
Drones exist. You don't want to have people on the front lines dying, I guess, is the idea.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I can imagine in 50 years having small little robots roaming airports and that are mobile.
As a physicist, never say never, so I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but
because if I look at what happened in the last 5 years, and if that continues like this exponentially as it has happened over the last 20 years, we're going to be there, I think, very soon. And I am worried a little bit about AI.
I personally don't believe that a thing that is power, that needs power, like in the sense of electricity to survive.
Matrix, they put humans in the fucking tubes.
Yeah, I mean, carbon-based organisms survive because there's food for them everywhere on the planet. But an AI survives because it has to produce electrical energy, and there is no electrical energy lying around anywhere.
But machines are producing it.
Like at the moment, humans are producing.
Well, humans oversee the production. Humans oversee the production. Machines could do that too. I think in 20 years. I don't know. I think machines can be taught to keep. If everybody left a nuclear plant, every human being left it now, it's not going to blow up. It's going to keep going because the machines they keep working.
Are they?
Yeah, they keep working on their own. You just need humans to oversee everything. So just in case something happens, and press these buttons. And
I think they need to take the Brennelemente out every day and something like that. I'm not sure.
I think those things are pretty automated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. AI is worrying me. It's worrying me. But I'm not thinking like tomorrow we're going to be the slaves of the... But in a way, we are already.
Yeah,
look at Google.
I mean, it doesn't take an AI to make
Look
it.
at Google. Arthur actually said something pretty interesting about how we don't see the real internet, only the...
personalized internet.
The personalized internet. Yeah. That he would like to have access to the original, untainted internet. Which is actually easy. Just buy a VPN and start incognito mode.
Yeah. But I think it doesn't happen all the time. Like sometimes when I am on the phone with someone and I tell him put this into Google, we get the same results at the same. Yeah. So maybe it can happen, but
when I type in anything on Google, I always get porn. So
suits you well.
Yeah. And let's talk about something that we discussed, I think, a couple of months ago, about space travel. Is the camera still going? About space travel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to recap this?
What did we talk about? Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you put it in Pandora.
And this is something that there's no science behind it, but we just have this human... How to say? We have this suspicion. We can imagine it to be true.
Yeah.
Bear with us with this one.
There's this thing... or there's a movie called Pandorum. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So in the movie, it's
don't spoil the ending. Just say.
Okay. Yeah. So it's on a spaceship, and I mean I have to spoil. I have to spoil the huge thing. So.
No, you don't have to spoil the ending. The big reveal in the end. They're on the spaceship. Don't fuck this up.
Okay, so there will be huge spoilers if you want to watch the movie.
You don't have to spoil. Okay.
So it's a spaceship that has left Earth because Earth is pretty shit, and it's on course for another habitable planet. And it has like hundreds of or thousands of people in sleep chambers, and there's a small crew that's rotating every now and then to like oversee the bridge and stuff like that. And then while they're on the road, they get the message from Earth that the ecological problems are so severe that Earth will be uninhabitable within the next years or something, and that life on Earth or Earth itself will be done for. And when this message reaches the crew that is currently rotating, they don't only lose Earth in the sense that they lost a planet. They lose with Earth all values that are connected with it. All
You're already
ethics.
reading a lot into it. I would have started this subject completely differently. You're already like...
Well, but
it's true.
Well, that's what's happening. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
because Earth is gone, and with it, all their values and laws and stuff, they start on...
To lose their minds.
Yeah, to lose their minds. Everyone, like, everything is free game now, free for all. And
They're going
killing each other. And this theme is not only in Pandorum. It has been...
in many movies.
It has been used, in many movies, and there's even a poem that is called Anyara. I don't know who wrote it. It's a poem of almost the same story, like a ship that's on the way from Earth to Mars, and it goes off course. And while it's drifting through the empty space, they get the message that Earth is gone, and then people start going all over the place on the ship.
Yeah, and the thing is that, and also the movie Life. There's one guy who's been on the space station for 400 continuous days, and he says he starts to feel a bit detached from Earth. He thinks it's crazy what's going on down there. And the point is, I can imagine if you're on a space station. I mean, just imagine this: you're looking at Earth, at your family, at the life you've known, at everything that is for you. It fits into your finger like this.
Yeah.
I think that does something to the proportions in your head.
Overwhelming perspective.
Yeah, it's absolutely overwhelming, and you start to think, wow, maybe none of this shit matters. I think it doesn't completely make you lose your mind. And maybe, I don't know, I guess astronauts do go through pretty thorough psychological training.
Exactly, yeah.
To prepare them for that.
Yeah.
But I think it's another question. That will happen to you if you see the Earth being small. Imagine if you don't see Earth anymore at all. Don't just listen to the podcast and be like, oh. Just imagine that for a second. Just sit back in your room, turn off the light, and think, Earth is not anymore. I mean, I can't see it. I don't know what direction it is.
Yeah.
And then I can imagine that people would start thinking, was it real ever? People would start asking questions. I mean, in several generations, imagine, people I think would start questioning. We keep hearing these stories about the Earth. What is this Earth? Or I don't know. I think it could make people crazy.
I mean, that's one of the... I heard that it's one of the huge problems with Mars missions. Mars
too
missions,
far. It's too far for people?
No, I mean, it's doable. I think it takes about a year or 1.5 years to reach it. But Earth is gone from your view. Yeah. You don't see Earth from Mars, when you're on the way, there's a point where you don't see Earth anymore.
That fucks with your mind.
And
I think that fucks with your mind.
Yeah, there were a few studies that they put a few astronauts in a sealed environment.
For
I think a year or
it's crazy.
More.
It's like Big Brother.
Even more than a year.
Big Brother, but
and they monitored how they were taking it, and if it's even possible, like if they all came out like.
But I feel like that is not a good reflection. Because no matter what you do, they know they're on Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
They know they're here.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not just a matter of you're in an isolated spot. That's not the only thing. I think it puts tremendous pressure on your brain to not see Earth anymore. Yeah. That's gonna mess with your head.
Exactly. Yeah. That's one thing I think you can't simulate on Earth.
You can't.
You can't. You are on Earth.
You are on Earth, and no matter how you train yourself, you know it.
Yeah.
You know you're here, and even if you force somebody, even if it's not freiwillig, even if it's not voluntary, people are gonna know. They know. Okay, I'm still here. I'm still here. Yeah. My parents are somewhere,
Yeah.
you know. But when you can't see the planet anymore, it fucks with your head.
That's why I'm also a little. I mean, I come across as a huge skeptic here, but I'm also pretty skeptic on space travel.
Really?
Anything? Yeah. Maybe Mars, maybe, but that's it.
Why?
Like, we in our lives are not gonna experience any meaningful.
That I can
space
imagine. That I can imagine it not happening. And I think even I can imagine we land on Mars and then what?
Yeah, and then what?
Like,
Exactly.
not-
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
not then what?
actually-
Like nothing's ever gonna happen. But for us,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's gonna be huge. Wow, we've been on Mars.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
colonization, we're not-
most planets are actually pretty fucking boring.
that we can reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of sucks.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's really sucks.
So I'm a skeptic on space travel. But I think, I mean, it's good that they're doing research in that direction. Not saying it's too difficult.
But
let's not do
unfortunately, it's not a good place to put money in. Kind of, that's the problem. That's why I heard not many scientists want to go into astronomy.
it. Yeah.
Because the funding is not very good.
Well, no, I mean,
Government funding is not good.
astronomy is you're looking at things hundreds and thousands and millions light years
Yeah,
away.
especially there, they got no money at all.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah,
you're just looking
just-
at the stars.
They got the Hubble telescope, and they're like,
I mean, it's cool for like people love it.
yeah.
Like non-physics people love
Yeah.
astronomy.
Wow, look at the
Yeah.
star, man!
But I mean, as a,
the astronaut, the guy working there, has got his 20th.
please subscribe. Yeah, but as
You
a
want this
physicist,
Hubble telescope T-shirt?
as a physicist, like I personally, I mean,
Energy is
I don't
interesting.
study astronomy.
If you want to make money as a researcher, go into energy.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna hand it over to you. What
Okay.
did you bring with you
So-
today? I don't know how much time we have actually left now on the on the thing, but
How much time? Yeah, no.
we have a limited time. So
Yeah, it will be fine.
yeah, camera.
Yeah. So last time, by the way, that the feedback was awesome. I really can't believe that it was so well received. So this time I've got a topic that's even better, because this time it's gonna have to do with it's even having to do with video games a little bit.
Oh, right.
I mean, you announced it as a video game podcast, and we haven't talked about.
We talked about the search too.
Okay, yeah, but okay,
Please.
it will be the search podcast. So okay, in many video games and even fantasy movies and books, there's often this concept of immortal beings. Like for example, the elves in Herr der Ringe, they can't die from aging. They can die if you stab them, but they like if they will get older and older and older.
Oh, really? They're immortal, the elves? Are they
Please don't
really?
kill me, but
I don't know shit about Lord of the Rings.
I
don't
think
care.
they are. Yeah, I think they can't die of old age. That's the thing.
Okay.
I mean, maybe they can't even get sick. I don't know. They're pretty magical. Yeah, and many video games also have that theme of someone who is super duper old. Like then there are always gods that are like living through the epochs of humanity and seeing everything change around them, and they never get any older. But then they can die in combat, of course. Yeah, and this concept of not being able to age is actually not that science fiction. Because, because
Let me take some notes here.
if you look at what aging really is, aging of carbon-based organisms that we have here on Earth, it's actually not that magical. Aging, cellular, every living being here is made out of cells. And cells age. They age because it's gonna get a little technical. So every living thing has a genome. That's all their genes in their chromosomes written on their DNA. And this DNA is in every cell of their body. And then we all know cells
Die.
no. Split. Yeah, cells split. And they do that to grow the organism. One cell becomes two, or to heal damage.
Or to
And-
erect.
Cock. Yeah.
Yes.
No, it doesn't actually involve cell splitting. But okay.
My world is ruined.
So cells split. And with every split, because DNA is in every cell, there needs to be a mechanism that replicates your DNA. So because you have your DNA in one cell, and then when it splits, you have two sets of DNA. There needs to be a mechanism that creates the second thing. And this mechanism is called polymerase in German. I don't know how it's polymerasis.
Polymerases.
Yeah.
Skr.
And the polymerase is a protein.
Protein?
No?
Yeah.
No, it's not a protein. It's an enzyme. We have
I see. This is not his knowledge
we
here.
have a biology expert behind the scenes, by the way. So it's an enzyme that acts like a it's an enzyme that basically goes along your DNA and copies it. Like you get a copy out of it. It's a little bit more complicated, but that's the gist of it. And then when it's done, you have your DNA 2 times, the cell can split, you have 2 awesome new cells. The only problem with this polymerase is that it doesn't copy until the very end. Every time it copies it, a small piece at the end of the DNA is lost.
Now it's getting interesting. I was waiting to shut down this podcast the whole time.
That's basically the mechanism behind cellular aging.
Until it's gone. And then?
Yeah. The cells usually have interesting mechanisms to work against the aging. For example, at the end of your DNA, there's a long string of DNA that has no sense or no meaning.
No purpose.
Yeah, no purpose. Your body doesn't need it. And it's that long string that gets shorter and shorter and shorter without your body being affected by it.
Okay, until it reaches the part.
Until it's so short that it will be.
So did I get this right? With age, you have less and less DNA in your body?
Pretty much, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but the thing.
So I can insult old people with like, man, you don't even have enough DNA. Fuck, guys, write that down. Yeah. Tell your parents next time they tell you anything. Boy, you don't even have enough DNA to tell me that shit.
And to put a Deckel drauf. Yeah. Last time you were depressed about the Fermi paradox. This time I'm gonna tell you.
Fucking
human cells divide. It depends on your cell, but they divide every 20 hours, I think, or 19 hours, something like that.
Every 7 years, we're like completely new.
That's
what I
rule,
heard.
something. Yeah. So every 20 hours, a cell, or if you look at a single cell, it will divide once every 20 hours. And so, what do you think? How many times can a cell split before the useless part of the DNA is
25 times.
50 times.
50 times. Oh, not bad.
So 20 hours times 50, and then
6
times 50. That's not that much time, actually.
And so you're saying we can stop? We can stop the? They're working on stopping the cutting off of the DNA to stop aging, or
the thing is, there's a difference between cellular aging and your whole body aging. Just because your DNA is a little shorter, you won't get.
But your whole body's aging because every single cell is aging.
Yes, but the exact. Oh yeah, I get it now. Okay.
That was Chinese, and
whatever. But the exact correlation between you have less DNA and now your body gets older is not yet fully understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then last thing on that, so every cell divides 50 times, and then it's so old that it kills itself.
Because there's no more DNA left.
Well, no, it reaches the part of the DNA that is actually important. Like after 50 times, the useless part is gone, and then
But then it starts cutting off the useful
and before
part.
that happens, the cell kills itself. There's a mechanism in every cell that once it can't work correctly anymore, it will kill itself. It's called apoptosis. Apoptosis.
Apoptosis?
Yeah.
Like apocalypse? That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
And then it kills itself.
I like it.
Now,
I like
of
it.
course, if your body would only be made out of these kind of cells, you would be dead after 19 times 50 hours.
Yeah.
And humans live a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So how do they do that? Well, there are cells in your body that actually don't lose a part of the DNA every time. Those are the stem cells. Stem cells, yeah. And stem cells have a mechanism that repairs the lost part every time. So they can split pretty much indefinitely.
So you're basically just here advertising stem cell
research. Good money.
You want baby bone marrow.
Yeah, bone marrow is, for example, a very good.
Yeah, bone marrow
cell,
is stem cells, right?
For example, yeah, they keep creating blood cells without actually aging.
What? Eating bone marrow is pretty good too. It's pretty healthy.
And
Does that have anything?
Tasty, yeah.
Does that have anything to do with
Chinese barbarians eating bone marrow?
No, that's actually. I remember eating it like sucking out the bone marrow of the bones. It's kind of tasty, but why is it so healthy?
I don't know about the healthy thing. I mean, our Chinese grandmother always told us it's healthy. I don't know if there's any science behind it. It's just.
But if it's stem cells, man, it's like eat them stem cells, boy. All right.
And maybe you have heard about immortal cells in another context. Cancer. Cancer cells are. That's why it's. I mean, there's a whole lot of reasons why cancer is very difficult to treat, but one of them is that they're normal human cells that are just becoming immortal, that are not aging anymore. They can split indefinitely and therefore grow and grow and grow and grow, and you have no control over the growing anymore.
Okay.
And yeah.
But that's not the only problem with cancer.
I mean,
also, aggressive. Don't you have like aggressive cells that attack other cells?
No. Cancer cells don't attack.
So you're telling me?
I mean, I'm not a cancer.
So you're telling me the YouTube video I saw yesterday was not accurate?
What? False information on YouTube? No. I mean, the biggest problem with cancer is
the steel beams that they can melt.
Yeah, so the World Trade Center was built out of cancer steel beams. Recording stop. Stop the recording. Yeah. So next time when you play a video game and you see a character that is immortal, you know he's probably made out of stem cells.
Steel beams.
Or he's a huge tumor.
Yeah, okay.
The only reason he's still alive is because he's actually a walking tumor.
Yeah. Interesting. Guys, I am overworked as fuck. I'm tired as fuck. I've been non-stop working on my videos. Oh god, I'm dying.
There will soon be more AAA releases, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I want to review Celeste before Kingdom Come Deliverance comes out. Really good game. I can only recommend it. But spoiler alert, okay. Whatever. Guys, that was the second episode of the Ranton podcast, the most relevant gaming, science, and Chinese related
gaming, science, and Chinese
podcast on YouTube. Yeah. Stay tuned. Love you all. And now it's time that I look at the Monster Hunter review comments.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't wait. Yeah. Peace out, guys. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Oh.